Hey, everybody, it's GW. I just want to welcome everybody to this little podcast, video blog that I'm doing here. I hope you enjoy it. I enjoy making them every now and then. I really want to encourage everybody to subscribe, follow, do whatever it is you got to do down below, and maybe encourage me to keep these things coming. So today, it's going to be a discussion that's kind of broad ranging. I want to talk a little bit about the NFL and some of the ball games that are going on and how excited I am because I was living in the Washington D.C. area back in the days with Joe Gibbs and Mark Rippon and Art Monk and those players that were just Super Bowl ready teams and were really the cream of the crop. I mean they were a really good team. And they continued to be a good team for several years. Then, of course, they had a new owner and some bad luck. I would not say that the owner was a terrible owner at the beginning, but he did have some bad luck in the fact that I don't think that he was really experienced in managing a football team, being an owner of a football team and having the right football people involved in the decision making that was being done. And so the Washington Redskins at that time, now the Washington Commanders, and the name changed for the obvious reasons. The Washington Commanders had a 20-year stretch there that has been really pretty discouraging. I think pretty discouraging is probably a lighthearted term for how the true fans of the Washington team really feels. By the way, the couple years there that they were known as the Washington football team, love that title. Absolutely love that title. That just seemed like the most appropriate thing, and I really wish that they had kept that. That just rolls off the tongue so much easier. So anyway, the owner, Dan Snyder, he sold the team here about 18 months ago, 2 years ago. And the new owners, who, in all honesty, I couldn't tell you their name, and that's probably a good thing because I can't tell you the name of the owners of probably 28 out of the 32 teams in the National Football League. Don't care. It doesn't matter. What matters is who are the people that they have running the football operations and whether or not they're any good at their job and whether or not they are able to bring in people who can, put together a team and have the right chemistry and have the right coach, have the right players. Now, I will have to say that Washington was very fortunate in their draft last year when they drafted Jayden Daniels. I don't think anybody questions that he is a key piece, probably the key piece for the success that they're having. But now they're in the conference championship game. At the beginning of the season, most people thought that they would win between 4 and 6 games. They obviously have won more than that. But to be in the conference championship game, wonderful season. And I can't tell you how excited I am because I moved to DC in 1985. And in 1985, I was really excited to be able to have this national team that I could cheer on. And it was exciting to be there. And the thought of getting a season ticket was just impossible because it was like a 20-year waiting list. I mean, people were having babies and putting their baby on the season ticket waiting list at that time. And maybe it'll get back to that. But my understanding is it didn't stay that way. So anyway, tomorrow's game, as the Washington Commanders, take on the Philadelphia Eagles, going to be pretty exciting for me. And I really hope, I'm cheering on the Washington team. And I'm cheering on Washington anything, in all honesty, as you go through that, because the town of Washington is kind of had a week that is kind of indicative of what the country is having. We had the inauguration last week. We had the various executive orders that the president has put out there. You had the ones with the January 6th pardons. You have the ones with the DEI stuff. You have the ones with the citizenship. The right of citizenship. You have all these different things that are going on, and I have not seen an entire list of all of these executive orders. I need to really look that up and try to find one that I'm actually happy about. But you have all these things. So what I see going on right now is that you have a national government and a Washington football team. And you have the people of the national capital region who are excited about this football team, and you have the national government who apparently somebody is excited for because the guy got elected president. But for the life of me, I'm having trouble thinking about who that might be because I can't find anybody who sits there and says, oh, yeah, no, that was right. All these things that he's doing is right. Now, I can't find anybody that says they're all wrong either. So, like any president, he's doing some things that people agree with, and he's doing other things that people don't agree with. But my goodness, it's been an exciting week. It's going to be a good weekend. Tomorrow's games I'm really looking forward to. And I'll talk to you next week about, things that are going on that, maybe I agree with, maybe I don't. But please, don't ask me about the January 6th pardons. Don't ask me about whether or not I think FEMA ought to be there. Don't ask me whether or not DEI and affirmative action is good or bad. Don't ask me whether or not I think birthright citizenship is a good thing or a bad thing. Because I am just tired. I am just tired of arguing with just nearly anybody that wants to talk about these things. So, on that kind of a down note, everybody, let's go have a good time at the football game and watch the football game tomorrow. Cheer on whichever team is your favorite. By the way, you have the Chiefs and the Bills playing later in the day. That's going to be a great game. That is really going to be a great game. And you've got, two of the best quarterbacks. And you get two teams that are built differently. And it's going to be just an interesting contest. Whoever wins, great. Whoever loses, not so great. But you know what? They both come out of this game a winner. And whether the Eagles or the Commanders win, they both come out of this game a winner because they got to the conference championship. More power to them. So let's think of the good things, not the ones that are having less good going on with them. So go Commanders. Have a good weekend. I will talk to you again here shortly. And hey, everybody have a great time. Be sure to subscribe down below. Thanks a lot.